Hey guys, a long time no see, and a few reasons for that. Girlfriend's lack of bike for the last few weeks, and the fact I'm just being ultra busy. So apologies for that, but sold my bike and I'm riding this little baby for the moment. It's a Honda NC700X. Sold a Vstrom. Why, you're probably asking right now? Well, the highest gear it'll go. Jeez. Alright. Back to 5-speed gears, I guess. So anyway, sold the Vstrom. Reason for that is, I just had a bit too much to be done to it really, and I wasn't willing to put in the money, considering I've already had it nearly 3 years, and at this point, I've never had a bike that long, and I suppose it's a good opportunity to change at this point. So instead of investing a lot of money into the bike, I'd rather, just sell it, and just much better value to just get a new one. So, this is the Honda NC700X, and first impressions, the clutch is very leaned forward. Now that could be just something I can change. Oh. Okay, so they've got the horn above the indicator. Well, yeah, nice bit of power. Definitely gonna have to get used to these indicators. The regular indicators, but they've put them, a little bit lower than where you'd normally find indicators. The bite on this as well is a little bit further out than what I'm used to, but again, that's customizable. Yeah, nice bit of power. This only has 6,500 revs before redline. So, what gear am I in? It doesn't say what gear I'm in. It's not too much of a problem. Okay, if I go to, so I think I'm in fourth now. I'm going to belt it. Quite well. The throttle is very responsive, so a nice bit of torque in it. I think it's about the same torque as the Vstrom. Okay, so we're down to about 80k an hour, and the buffeting's gone. Yeah, just kept coming down there. I found once you got down to about 90 kilometers an hour, which is about 55 roughly for Americans. Okay, this is first gear. Wow, yeah, nice bit of pull there. Dare I say, even more than the Vstrom. Or thereabouts the same anyway. You wouldn't think there's side boxes on it anyway. They're pretty unintrusive, which is really good. Nice change to the Vstrom, where I definitely found they were intrusive. Not as restricted as I thought it would be. I was expecting something that would I guess it does hit red line pretty quick, but not as quick as I thought it would. Mirrors are a bit small, but they're nice and wide. I am slightly more lean forward than what my Vstrom was. The weight is nice and low on this, which is really good. It's not as top heavy as the Vstrom. It's a gorgeous castle. I just need to clear this traffic and test the bike properly. Hit a few bumps there. Suspension probably not as good as the Vstrom, but it's not bad though. Yeah, actually it's not too bad. Like, this is fairly bumpy road now. What's the engine braking like? Engine braking not as good as the Vstrom. I think this is the way it works now. I think there's 3 calipers, and then what happens is when you hit the rear brake, one of the front brake disc calipers activates, and I think vice versa, something like that. But yeah, it seems pretty controlled. All I did there was I hit the front brake only to brake. Like if I do it now, there's no one behind me. Yeah, it's not bad, not bad. Had a test go of the Honda NC700X, I think you call it. You pull the throttle, you have to wait a moment, and then it kicks in. This seems to be pretty even throughout the rev range. So what you see on the right there is actually Cove, and that was the last port for the Titanic before it crashed into an iceberg. Okay, so one thing I've found is when I hit red line, like just before that, it just doesn't seem to give you a warning that it's going to hit red line. Obviously it has the rev indicator, but you're not going to be looking at that. What I mean is you don't feel like it's going to hit red line. And I guess maybe that's something you have to get used to. And I've read from people who've, you know, used this for a while, that it is something you do get used to. But for the moment, it seems like it's not quite giving me the feedback I want it to. So if I go right down, this is first gear now, and I'm accelerating. Oh, gone. No, nothing. So let me show you more of the bike. So what you got here is you twist to the left and the rear opens up, and you've got where you're going to put in the petrol. Side stand, yeah, I like that. The bike leans over quite a lot. You twist to the right, this baby opens up, and then allegedly you've got enough room in here for a helmet. How big a helmet? I don't know. My helmet's pretty big, so I must test that out later. But yeah, even still, even if you don't put a helmet in here, you've got loads of space. There's actually another under compartment underneath this for even more. That is pretty sweet. Like, one disadvantage, I suppose, is because the fuel tank is in the rear here, that if you're doing touring and you've got a bag on this, you've got to take that bag off every single time. Now, how do you get this open? Does it just pop off? I'm twisting it. I'm holding the twist, and she's not opening. The back. No, push forward, slide. I don't know. Okay, I can't get the rear open. Don't know why. Maybe there's a knack to it. But nice bike. The NC700X. There's the NC700S model of this, which is more of a street bike, and yeah, I think it's cheaper as well. You can see they actually curved the engine and put it a bit more full, well, not curved, but leaned it more at a, I think it's a 63-degree angle, so to actually have the space for the boot. Now, it's a parallel twin. It's got a single front disc brake, but it works pretty well. The rear disc brake on the back was actually cut out from the front, and that's to actually save the money in the manufacturing. It's got a pretty basic swing arm. The rear pegs, I mean, what do you expect? Rear pegs. This is the manual model. There's also a semi-automatic model. This has crash bars here as well fitted, and that doesn't come as standard, and you don't get the side luggage as standard, and you don't get even this rack here as standard. It comes as the bare bones. Now, one thing you do get in all of the models is you get the ABS brakes, and I think they work better than the BMW's brakes. I had a go on the GS 800 before, and it was a bit like stuttery when you jam on the brakes with the ABS. This is a lot smoother. I like that. But again, yeah, the low screen, although adjustable a little bit, I mean, that appears to be in its highest setting. Could be wrong, but I'm sorry, that looks like it's on its lowest setting. So maybe you might improve a little bit as you bring it up, but as stock, it's not the best. Of course, you can always upgrade these things. Yeah, so let's get back on it and test her out some more. Ugh. Easy enough to get onto. Height wise, don't know what it is exactly, but feels about the same as the Vstrom. And so you got the on, off, and then of course the standard lock. Nothing fancy there. You can't hear it now. On the Vstrom, you used to hear beep, and then it would just go in. On this, there's no real sound. Hit the ignition, starts first time as you would expect from a new bike. I like the sound of that though, and again, it's like first impressions all over again. Is it fun to ride? Yeah, it's not bad. Is it as fun as the Vstrom? Well, if I give the Vstrom, say, a 9 out of 10, I'd give this maybe an 8. Yeah, go on, give it an 8. It's pretty good. Huge benefit of this bike, of course, is the fuel economy, as we keep coming back to. It really is. It's a kind of a revolutionary bike. Honda actually worked with their car team on this bike to really improve the fuel economy and just kind of bring out a sensible bike that was both big enough to produce decent power, yet very economical. No false neutral so far either, so let's give this a go. Whoa, locks a bit sooner than my Vstrom does. Definitely locks a bit sooner. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, let's try that again. No. Look at that, I'm full lock. No. See how much I actually need here. Just more than the road width. And like, this is a pretty wide road, and I'm not that bad at the U-turns. I suppose I'm not used to this bike, but it's not the biggest lock. Easy enough to throw the bike around though. Suspension seems pretty decent. Handles well enough. Maybe not quite as well as my Vstrom, but still pretty good. So, fun factor, I give it an 8. I don't think it's as good as the Vstrom, but still very good, and fuel economy is top notch, so definitely a bike to consider. Easy enough to put the side stand down, easy enough to get off it, easy to take the key out. Of course, it's all new. So yeah, there you go, the Honda NC700X.